So today we're gonna look about the degree of carbon. What do we mean by degree of carbon? Like let's say we have first of all primary carbon, or we can say it is a 1 degree carbon. So the carbon which is connected only one other carbon, that is known as the primary carbon. The carbon which is connected only with one carbon. Second, what do we mean by secondary carbon? 2 degree carbon. The carbon which is connected only with two other carbon. The carbon which is connected with two other carbon. We're gonna look tertiary carbon, or we can say 3 degree carbon. The carbon which is connected only with 3 other carbon, that is known as tertiary carbon or 3 degree carbon. Now what is quaternary carbon? Or we can say 4 degree carbon. The carbon which is connected only 4 other carbon. Like if we took a very important example, CH4, it is not connected with a single carbon, but still it is called a primary carbon, and it's a special category of carbon which is known as super primary carbon. It is not still the primary carbon according to the definition. Now we're gonna look the degree of hydrogen. So what is degree of hydrogen? We can say we have first of all primary hydrogen, or we can say 1 degree H. So what is 1 degree H? The hydrogen at 1 degree carbon. The hydrogen that at 1 degree carbon is known as primary hydrogen. Now next is secondary hydrogen, or we can say 2 degree H. The hydrogen at 2 degree carbon. Now we have tertiary hydrogen, 3 degree hydrogen. The hydrogen at 3 degree carbon. Now we have fourth is quaternary hydrogen, or we can say 4 degree H. So 4 degree H does not exist because we know when the carbon is 4 degree and do not have any place to put the hydrogen. All valencies are satisfied. Now let's say we have an example. I will give you an example, and I will ask you to write the 1 degree hydrogen, number of 1 degree carbon, 1 degree hydrogen, 2 degree carbon, 2 degree hydrogen, and all. CH3, C, CH3, CH3 and CH3. So it is like 1 degree carbon, 2 degree carbon, and it is 2 degree carbon. It is 1 degree carbon. We have here 4 degree carbon, 1 degree carbon, 1 degree carbon, and 1 degree carbon. Now if we look at carbon, 1 degree carbon, or there are 5 1 degree carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 degree carbon is 1. 3 degree carbon is 1. No, there is no 3. Let's see. Do we have? Yeah, this is 3 degree carbon. Yes, this is not 2 degree carbon. This is 3 degree carbon. Now we have later 4 degree carbon. We have 1. Now how many 1 degree hydrogen we have? We have 5 1 degree carbon and 3 hydrogen we have on 1 degree carbon. And 2 degree hydrogen we have 1 multiplied by 2. 3 degree hydrogen we have 1 multiplied by 1. And 4 degree hydrogen we have 0, because we know 4 degree hydrogen does not exist. Now I'll give you some exercise regarding that, and you just have to answer it. Like I'll give you the structures like a very interesting structures. Now you have to just list down how many 1 degree carbon, 2 degree carbon, 3 degree carbon, 4 degree carbon, 1 degree hydrogen, 2 degree hydrogen, and 3 degree hydrogen. So I'll suggest you to pause the video, write it down, and answer by your own. Pause the screen and just look at the answers. And it is 3. We have 1 degree carbon, 0, 1. We know 4 degree carbon we have 0 here, and 9 1 degree hydrogen 0 and 1. And here we have 1 2 3 4 6 1 degree carbon and 0 and 0, and 4 degree carbon we have 2 4 degree carbon, and 6 3 is 18 we have here over here, and 0 and 0. Now here we have 4 4 0 1 and 12, and now how many 2 degree hydrogen? 8 and 0. 4 0 2 0 12 0 2 6 0 0 3. Now 6 3 18 0 0. Now here we have 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 5 1 degree carbon, 2 degree carbon here we have 0, 3 degree carbon we have 3 and 0, 15 0 and 9. So these all about what is the degree of carbon, and these are some good examples you should try by your own and practice by your own.